Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app, and here you can get the current affairs in text format. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The name of Telegram channel is GK Today YouTube, and this is the link. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. So if you find it relevant, you can subscribe to it. The link of this Civils Academy channel as well as the link of GK Today Telegram channel and GK Today Academy app is given in the description box. Please check that. Now let's start. As per the data from NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority, which Indian state reported the maximum number of deaths? So as per NTCA data, approximately 750 tigers died in last 8 years, and the state of Madhya Pradesh reported the highest casualties, which is followed by Maharashtra. Now what is NTCA? It is the authority responsible for implementing Project Tiger. What is Project Tiger? It is an initiative started by the government for the conservation of tigers. Now NTCA is a statutory body that has been constituted as per the provisions of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, and the Environment Minister is the chairperson of NTCA. If we talk about Wildlife Protection Act, this act was enacted for the protection of plant and animal species, and there are 6 schedules in this Wildlife Protection Act. Which organization has developed a device called Sumeru PEX to help PPE wearers? So this has been developed by DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization. It is under Ministry of Defense. Now why this Sumeru PEX was developed? It was developed because usually the healthcare workers and the healthcare professionals who were wearing these PPE, they were facing problem due to sweating, and this was making it uncomfortable. So now this Sumeru PEX has been developed by DRDO, and this will make sure that these healthcare professionals can wear PPE without sweating, so they won't feel the same discomfort which they used to feel earlier. So this Sumeru PEX is a personal air circulation system that can be used inside PPE. What is PPE? It is personal protective equipment, and China is the biggest manufacturer of PPE at present, and India is the second biggest. So this PPE kit makes sure that those healthcare professionals who are treating the COVID patients, they do not get infected. Now if we talk about COVID-19, recently Ayush Ministry was in news as it recommended Arsenicum album for COVID-19, and this is a homeopathic drug, and that has been recommended for the preventive use. Vahan Mitra scheme is a scheme of which Indian state? So it is an initiative of Andhra Pradesh, and this is an old initiative which was started to provide the financial assistance to the auto and taxi drivers. So now this scheme was in news because it was extended. So as per this initiative, allowance of rupee 10,000 is to be provided to the auto and taxi drivers to meet the insurance premium, license fees and other recurring expenses due to several issues. So the scheme is related to Andhra Pradesh. Who has been appointed as Ambassador and Permanent Representative of India to World Trade Organization? Right answer is Brigender Navneet. So Brigender Navneet has been appointed for 3 years as Indian Ambassador to WTO. What is WTO? It is World Trade Organization. The headquarters of WTO is in Geneva. Recently, WTO chief was in news because of his decision to resign, and his name is Roberto Azevedo. He is from Brazil. Now, recently, one more Brazilian was in news, and he is Marcos Trojo. Recently, he became the new president of New Development Bank. The previous president of New Development Bank was KV Kamath. New Development Bank is associated to BRICS countries. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Now apart from this appointment, recently Rajiv Singh was appointed as the new chairperson of DLF. What is DLF? It is Delhi Land and Finance Limited. The previous chairperson was Kushal Pal Singh, and he was the chairperson of DLF for nearly 6 decades. What is the unemployment rate of India during the period of July 2018 to July 2019 as per the annual PLFS, that is Periodic Labor Force Survey? So as per this survey, the unemployment rate was 5.8%. Previously, it was 6.1%. That means last to last year, it was 6.1%, and last year it was 5.1%. Now this annual report of Periodic Labor Force Survey has been released by NSO, that is National Statistical Office, and it is under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. And it is important to note that this survey is the first computer-based survey of India. Now, little homework for you. You just need to read about these 4 terms. What is unemployment rate? What is labor force participation rate? Third is what is female labor force participation rate? And fourth point is worker population ratio. So please read about these terms. Which Indian public sector undertaking signed a memorandum with EESL, that is Energy Efficiency Services Limited, for the development of tri-generation projects? So for this purpose, GAIL and EESL have signed a memorandum. What is GAIL? It is Gas Authority of India Limited. And what is EESL? It is Energy Efficiency Services Limited. So this memorandum has been signed for tri-generation projects. What is the meaning of tri-generation projects? It means combined cooling, heat and power process. So in tri-generation projects, natural gas fired generators are used to produce electricity. So this is a 50-50 venture. 50-50 means both EESL and GAIL will have equal share in this joint venture. And what they are going to do, they are going to use natural gas to fire generators in order to produce electricity. Which country passed a bill that criminalizes the insulting of Chinese national anthem? So this issue was already in news, and it is Hong Kong. Actually, as per China, Hong Kong is not a separate country. Hong Kong is a part of China, and as per China, it is SAR, that is Special Administrative Region. And recently, this was in news because of a bill that has been passed by China, and that is going to criminalize the insulting of Chinese national anthem. Now, Hong Kong was also in news as recently USA decided to end the special trading status of Hong Kong. USA was also in news as recently there was a proposal of a bill to declare Tibet as an independent country. USA was also in news as recently it passed a bill to punish those Chinese officials who are involved in the human rights violations of Uyghur Muslim community in China. USA was recently in news because of Black Lives Matter movement, and this movement came back into news because of the death of George Floyd. When is International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression observed? So it is observed on 4th of June. 5th of June is World Environment Day. The theme of this year's World Environment Day was biodiversity. So 4th of June is International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression. Which Indian has been named as EY World Entrepreneur of Year 2020? So Kiran Majumdar-Shaw has been named as EY World Entrepreneur of the Year, and she is the executive chairperson of Biocon. Biocon is a pharmaceutical company, and she is the third Indian to win this prestigious EY World Entrepreneur of the Year award after Narayan Murthy of Infosys and after Uday Kotak of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Now recently Uday Kotak was in news as he became the new president of CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industries. Now Kiran Majumdar-Shaw was also in news as recently she was conferred Australia's highest civilian honor. Recently Australia was in news as India and Australia had their virtual meeting, and after that meeting India upgraded its 2+2 dialogue with Australia. Previously it was of secretariat level, and now it has been upgraded to ministerial level. India and Australia also decided to sign MLSA. Now answer in comment box what is the full form of MLSA that has been signed by India and Australia. What is the theme of Environment Day? So the theme was celebrating biodiversity. Every year 5th of June is celebrated as World Environment Day, and on this occasion of World Environment Day, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs released a series of advisories during this program, and the title of this series is Saving Biodiversity Through Effective Waste Management. So for this year, Colombia was a host of this World Environment Day, and for this, Colombia partnered with Germany. Last year, China was the host. Now, on the occasion of World Environment Day, I Commit initiative was also started. This was started by Power Minister R.K. Singh, and this has been started to promote energy efficiency. So 5th of June is World Environment Day. On the other hand, 7th of June is World Food Safety Day. And in India, there is an organization named FSSAI, which is responsible for the food safety and standards. Now answer in comment box recently who has been appointed as the new chief of FSSAI. This FSSAI is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Who is the only Indian to be ranked in the Forbes 2020 list of world's highest paid celebrities? So he is Akshay Kumar, and he is the only Indian in this list of world's highest paid celebrities, and he is on 52nd position. The first spot was occupied by Kylie Jenner. Now recently Forbes issued this list for sports also, and in that list Virat Kohli is the only Indian. Now answer in comment box who topped the Forbes list of world's highest paid athletes or highest paid sports persons. Which institution conducts the Household Inflation Expectations Survey in our country? So this was conducted by RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, and it conducts a quarterly survey, and the name of the survey is Household Inflation Expectation Survey. So as per this survey, 85.3% household expect inflation to accelerate in the next 3 months. Now what is inflation? Inflation is increase in price, that is price rise. What is deflation? Deflation is decrease in price. Now there is one more term, disinflation. It means decrease in the rate of increment of inflation. That means now inflation is rising slowly as compared to previous scenario. Which Indian has been appointed as a senior advisor to the executive director of World Bank? So recently Rajiv Topno has been appointed as the senior advisor to the executive director of World Bank. The president of World Bank is David Malpass, and recently Cameron Renard was appointed as the chief economist of World Bank. What is the name of initiative launched by Environment Ministry to increase urban forest cover? The name of this initiative is Nagar 1. Nagar stands for urban areas, 1 stands for forest. So this initiative has been started to increase the forest cover in urban areas. Now recently for urban areas, one more scheme was in news, and it is TULIP. Answer in comment box what is the objective of this particular scheme. So now coming back to this Nagar 1 initiative. So as per this initiative, people along with government authorities are going to collaborate to increase the forest cover and to increase the tree cover in their areas. And this year the government's target for tree plantation is 145 crores tree. What is the corpus of PIDF, that is Payment Infrastructure Development Fund, proposed to be set up by Reserve Bank of India? So it is a 500 crore rupees fund. What is the objective of PIDF? The objective of PIDF is to support the infrastructure for digital payments. That means to promote the ecosystem for digital payments. And this is a 500 crore rupees fund, and out of which 250 crore rupees initial contribution will be made by RBI, and rest of the fund will be provided by the card issuing banks and card networks. Which country is to host 2022 Asian Football Confederation Women's Asia Cup for the first time? So India is going to host this event for the first time since 1979. So in the context of football, we have All India Football Federation, and the president of this AIFF is Praful Patel. So since India is host, India is going to qualify automatically for this tournament, and this event, that means this Asian Football Confederation Women's Asia Cup, will serve as a qualification tournament for 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. So Women's World Cup is going to be in 2023, while Men's World Cup is going to be in 2022 in Qatar. Capital of Qatar is Doha. Recently Doha was in news because of a US-Taliban deal. Now Taliban is a militant group of Afghanistan. Which country has launched a UNDP national campaign on prevention of human and animal mortality on highways? So recently this was started by India. And Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari launched this campaign through video conferencing. Now Nitin Gadkari is also the Minister of MSME, and recently MSME sector was in news as Champions Portal was launched for MSME sector. Apart from that, recently Prime Minister of India constituted a committee to look into the issues faced by MSME sector in the collateral free loan scheme, and this committee is to be headed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. MSME sector was also in news as recently the criteria for MSME sector has been changed. Now answer in comment box what is the new criteria for medium enterprises. In which state the Keladi excavation site is located, where the skeletal remains of an animal have been recently unearthed. So the site is in Tamil Nadu. So this name is important, Keladi. It is associated to Tamil Nadu. And the excavation work was done by TNSDA, that is Tamil Nadu State Department of Archaeology. At national level we have ASI, that is Archaeological Survey of India. Recently ASI was in news as V. Vidyavati was appointed as the new Director General of ASI. On which date the International Day for the Fight Against Illegal, Unreported and Unregulated Fishing is observed. So this is observed on 5th of June, and this is observed by FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization. The headquarters of FAO is in Rome in Italy. Recently Italy was in news because of I Feel You. So this I Feel You is a bracelet which has been developed by Italy for social distancing. Now Italy was also in news as recently the 43rd Governing Council meeting of IFAD held in Italy in Rome. What is IFAD? It is International Fund for Agricultural Development. So the 43rd Governing Council of this IFAD held in Italy. Ambarnaya River, which was in news recently, is in which country? So this river is in Russia, and recently it was in news because of oil spill, and due to this oil spill the emergency was declared by Russia. So Russian President Putin declared emergency after diesel oil spill in Ambarnaya River. So this is Ambarnaya River, and this is near to Norilsk. It is considered as the nickel capital of Russia, and because of this oil spill the color of water had changed. Now Russia was also in news as recently it hosted the BRICS head of tax authorities. Russia was also in news as recently it launched first satellite to monitor Arctic climate, and the name of this satellite is Arctica M. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover some important news. So if you want current affairs only in question answer format, you can skip this section. So first news is related to certain personalities which were in news. First is Anil Suri. So he passed away recently. He was Bollywood producer. Second news is related to Rupert Hine. So Rupert Hine was British producer and songwriter. Rupert Hine passed away recently. Next is related to Times Higher Education Ranking. So as per this ranking, Tsinghua University of China topped this ranking, and IISc Bengaluru is India's top university. It is on 36th position. And as per this ranking, India became the third most represented country with 8 institutions in top 100. So our total 8 institutions are in top 100. Next news is related to M. Netra. Recently she was in news as she has been appointed as Goodwill Ambassador to the Poor for UNADAP. What is UNADAP? It is United Nations Association for Development and Peace. So recently M. Netra has been appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador to the Poor for UNADAP. Next news is related to G20 as G20 countries pledged $21 billion to fight against COVID-19. G20 countries had previously pledged injection of 5 trillion in global economy. Present G20 president is Saudi Arabia, and India is going to host G20 summit in 2022. Next news is related to UNSC. So UNSC stands for United Nations Security Council, and India is going to be elected as the member of UNSC as India is the sole contender from the region. Now for this occasion, a document has been released by our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to set out the list of priorities of India at UNSC. So as per this document, Indian approach is guided by 5S. So these 5S stands for Samvad, that means dialogue, Samman, that means respect, Shanti, that means peace, Samriddhi, that means prosperity, and last S stands for Sahyog, that means cooperation. So Indian approach is to be guided by these 5S. And recently this was in news because of a document released by External Affairs Minister to list out the priorities of India in UNSC. Next news is related to Article 1. So Article 1 says India, that is Bharat, shall be the Union of States. So recently this Article 1 was in news because of a petition in the Supreme Court to change the name of country from India to Bharat. And Supreme Court had mentioned that this petition should be sent to central government for consideration. So from exam perspective, you should know what is Article 1. Next news is related to CENS. So what is CENS? It is low cost catalyst for hydrogen generation. So this has been developed by a center which is working under DST, that is Department of Science and Technology. Next news is related to collaboration between CSIR and Atal Innovation Mission. What is CSIR? It is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. What is Atal Innovation Mission? This is an initiative of Niti Aayog. So these two collaborated to promote the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in the areas of mutual interest. Next news is related to Government of India, as recently government announced that no new schemes will be approved till 31st of March 2021. So till 31st of March 2021 there won't be no new announcement related to schemes. That means no new scheme will be announced. And till then the schemes under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan are to be implemented. Next news is related to Delhi Amritsar Katra Expressway. So this expressway has been converted into Greenfield Expressway. What is the meaning of Greenfield and Brownfield projects? Greenfield project is completely new project, while Brownfield project is something that has been upgraded or modified. So Brownfield project is the upgradation of an existing project, while Greenfield project is completely new project. For example, construction of a new school is a Greenfield project, while construction of few new rooms in an existing school is an example of Brownfield project. Next news is related to Tata, as it started Pay as You Drive initiative. So this was started by the Tata AIG. So this initiative was started for private cars. So as per this initiative, Tata is offering usage-based insurance cover to the private car owners, and therefore it will reduce the overall premium payment for the private car owners. And the name of this policy is Auto Safe. Next news is related to the study of solar corona. So recently, researchers in the University of Hawaii Institute for Astronomy have studied the interplanetary space of Sun, and this is known as solar corona. And last news is related to SEBI. What is SEBI? It is Securities and Exchange Board of India, and recently it rearranged the Commodity Derivatives Advisory Committee, and this committee is headed by Ashok Dalwani. Now one homework for you. Recently which state was in news because of food forest project? So these were the most important questions and news events of today's video. Thank you, and that's all for the day.